Our final visitor to the den is Canadian-born animal lover Rebecca Sloan, who's offering a green solution to canine pollution.
When I first introduced it, people didn't really know what to make of it. But it's really grown and people are raving about it.
If that is seriously a metal tray with a bit of grass in it.
It's a grass pea blanket.
It's a pea blanket.
Rebecca's product has the dragon's attention. Can her pitch keep their interest?
Hello, dragons. My name is Rebecca, and I'm the founder and director of Piddle Patch, the fresh grass toilet your dog will love. I'm here today asking for £50,000 in exchange for 10% of my business. Dog owners want the best for their dogs, and thankfully, there are a lot of products to choose from. That is, except when it comes to the important task of house training your dog. Currently, the most commonly used solution is the puppy pee pad. This is often a single-use product, and it's mass-produced in factories using harsh chemicals and plastics. Piddle Patch is the natural solution and the UK's first and only soil-free real grass dog toilet. I'd like to take a moment and show you a quick demonstration. So when you apply liquid to a puppy pad, it sits on top, and you're going to be able to see and smell that until you throw it into the bin. In contrast, when you pour liquid onto a Piddle Patch, it absorbs into the thick root system. And this is something that will really help to ensure that there are no smells and you don't need to throw it into the bin anywhere near as frequently as you do with a puppy pad. Thank you very much for your time. And you've got some samples in your box. Thank you.
Excellent.
An environmentally friendly puppy training toilet is the product Rebecca Sloan is pitching.
It's available as a one-time purchase or on subscription.
She's seeking £50,000 for a 10% stake in her company. Peter Jones is the owner of 3 dogs, and he wants to get straight down to business.
Rebecca, you've described eloquently how it works when they wee, but what happens if you get a really big poo on there?
You would remove of the waste and dispose of it just like you would do at the park.
Not to be too graphic, what about the runny ones? Because a lot of the puppies get upset tummies.
If your puppy does have an upset tummy, the best thing to do is to very carefully remove it.
So I've got to lift it all up?
I'm sure you can have someone do it for you.
Yeah.
But is this for lazy people?
It is absolutely not meant to be a replacement for dog walking. It's useful, especially if you live in somewhere like a high-rise apartment. It's not always possible to get your puppy down 10 flights of stairs.
But I get that, but I don't think it's practical, because if you're in that situation, your dog is going to poo and not just wee.
Right.
And then you've got a right old mess to clear up, because you're down on your hands and knees scrubbing grass, and you're not going to get rid of that stench or smell.
This is really something that if you're looking to keep it clean and you're looking to reuse it, it is possible with the right care.
OK, so I just want to pick up on the cost.
As a one-time product, it's £32.50. If you're buying it every week, it's £27.50.
That's just crazy amount of money to spend on a grass bed. Basically, your invention, it costs more to manage what comes out of a dog than what goes in it. Cash is tight for most households. They can't afford the luxury of things like this. So your market is so tiny. It's people that love their pets too much and have got more money than sense. But it's not a business opportunity. So for that reason, I'm out.
An unusually early exit, as an exasperated Peter Jones immediately poo-poos the canine concept. Stephen Bartlett is also the proud owner of a pooch, and it appears he's sniffed out some potential in Rebecca's puppy product.
How many times could my little Pablo do a wee-wee on the pad versus the grass?
Most of my customers on subscription change it every 2 weeks. However, some people actually get considerably longer.
Okay. So do you see this as a transitionary product?
There are two markets for it. A lot of people buy it specifically for house training their puppy.
Sure.
And there is a secondary market of dogs that often live in apartments, and they might use it on a more ongoing basis.
I completely understand this because I've got this problem. I'm the only dragon here that lives on the top floor of an apartment with a balcony, and we take our dog out twice a day.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop my dog needing to go at 1 a.m. in the morning sometimes. I completely get it, and I need one.
Rebecca, Chuka, I've just got a puppy, so I know the problem. Don't get me wrong, I love the idea. And the first thing that comes into my mind is how can you commercialize it? How can you sell that for $9.99? So what stops me from having some sort of a film that you sold with holes where the grass comes out, they can absorb the wee, that the moment they weed, you just weed it up and put another, a little bit like the mat
mean
down
like the
there.
mat?
Yes,
Like the mat
but
on
what
the
I'm
left.
saying is, if you have that with holes in it, that you put on the grass so the dog can smell the grass.
But you understand the reason she's doing this is because she wants to get rid of single-use training mats.
Okay, let me change the scenario. If I had to create synthetic grass onto a waterproof foam that was machine washable and I could retail that for £15, would that be a winner?
There are people who will be looking for those solutions, but ultimately they're still plastic solutions.
But to a dog, whether it's synthetic or real grass, do you think that will make a difference?
Absolutely.
They've got millions of sensors in their noses. Of course they can tell the difference. So I think it's genius.
A massive seal of approval from dog lover Deborah Meaden. As the only dragon in the den not to own a four-legged friend, does Sarah Davies have the same enthusiasm for the entrepreneur's innovation?
Honestly, I thought this was going to be a little bit of a joke pitch. And I thought, well, it's a bit of grass in the house for the dog to go and have a piddle on. And you completely floored me. And do you know what? I think these tight dragons sat here, you've just spent £3 on a dog. What's 20 quid? Because I really like the product.
Thank you.
It's grass in a tray. I'm sorry. This isn't happening.
I am taking you really seriously, Rebecca.
Thank you.
Right. So how big do you expect the business to get?
In 2021, I turned over £117,000. Next year, the turnover I'm expecting is $941,000.
Oh, great.
With a net profit of $224,000.
Wow.
The year after that, I'm expecting $1,348,000 in turnover, with a net profit of $323,000.
Excellent. I think you've got polarised views sitting here. You've got Peter, who thinks it's the most ridiculous thing, and you've got Stephen, who would sign up right now if you would take his details. But I can see a real market opportunity. So, I would like to make you an offer. I'll give you all of the money, but for that I would want 30% of the business.
Okay, thank you.
Rebecca's punchy projections propel Sarah Davies to make an offer. Could this now spark a turf war in the den?
There's lots I love about this. The sustainability side of it, that's really what interests me, because it drives me mad. The waste that goes on those blinking mats. So I too am going to make you an offer, but I'm not going to make it easy for you. I'm going to offer you all of the money, but I want 30% of the business.
Okay.
Rebecca, so there's certain products you come across where you know they'll work on social media because you're able to demonstrate the value of this versus the alternative within 10 seconds. And this is one of those businesses. I think we've got an opportunity here to build a really big dog brand online. The minute you post a picture of any dog, they swarm in there like, you know, flies to a dog poop, right? So I am gonna make you an offer. I'm gonna offer you the 50,000 for 25% of your business.
Rebecca, I'm a product person and I think out the box. Automatically, when I saw this, I said, what else can we add on to this? How can we grow the sales? That's the way I think. So I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to offer you all the money, but I also want 25%.
Rebecca, given that the lowest offer here is for 25% of the business, I would be willing to match that offer on the table.
So why didn't you say 25% in the first place?
Because the competitive nature meant that I didn't have to go at 25%, and I think 30% was a reasonable offer.
Rebecca, can I just say, this is the power of influencer marketing, which has been my business for a long time. So I've managed to influence all the other dragons to follow me.
Tell you what I'll do as well. If Stephen wants to share,
Absolutely
products,
not. We don't need you.
fine, I will retract that.
It was declined. Do you want to have a think?
It's a free-for-all in the den, with 4 dragons vehemently marking their territory. Sarah Davies, Tuka Suleiman and Stephen Bartlett are all competing for a 25% share, while Deborah Meaden is holding strong for 30% equity. But all the offers are asking for way more than the 10% Rebecca's willing to give away. Will she accept their terms or push for a better deal?
Thank you very much for all of your offers. I was wondering if it might be a possibility to do a clawback of equity once I've paid back your initial investment.
What would you be proposing?
Ideally, after paying back your initial investment, we could then make the equity 10%.
So from my perspective, what you're asking me to do is put a ton of work in now, massively increase the value of your business, and when I've done that, give you it back. So I wouldn't quite go to where you are. However, I would be prepared to drop my equity stake to 15% if you return my investment within 24 months.
Okay, thank you.
Rebecca, my issue is I don't want to take the money out of the business, especially in that growth phase. If you hit the numbers that you've set out next year, my equity stake will just drop to 20%. If you put that 50,000 into marketing, we can make millions.
Okay, thank you.
I think you got some great offers. I'm going to stay where I am.
Rebecca, look, what you need is an uncomplicated offer, just a straight offer. So I'm willing to give you all of the money, 50,000 for 20%.
Okay, thank you very much. I really do appreciate all of your feedback and all of your offers. I'd like to accept your offer, Stephen.
Yes! We're going to sell so many piddle patches.
Well done, Rebecca. I'm heartbroken.
Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Rebecca leaves the den with the £50,000 she was seeking and the youngest ever dragon on her books.
I can't believe this is happening. That was overwhelming, to say the least.
I genuinely can't wait to give my dog it.
You've just invested in grass in a tray.
This is exactly what I've always needed. I get it.
Yeah, no, we
You
all
know what I
get
mean?
it.
Yeah.
That's why we all made an offer.
Well, we didn't all get it.
All right, we got it.
You're barking mad.
I'm really excited to be working with Stephen. I think that we're going to turn this into the household name, and I'm really excited to see what happens next.